All right, I get it. I understand it. I'm right there with you. We are all tired of the lawsuit between Smash JT and Alyssa Mercante, and I'm pretty sure that we are all just waiting for the results of the lawsuit, and then we want to go from there. Unfortunately, we thought that this lawsuit was just going to be tossed out because she doesn't have a case. But I'm starting to get this feeling that, much like with the Tory Lanez case and the Jonathan Majors case and the a lot of different situations around the world, around the country, where there seems to be a little bit of corruption. There seems to be a little bit of an agenda out here, and people working behind the scenes to make things happen. Because this case is a no case. You know what I'm saying? She has no case, but yet we are still sitting here waiting on the results of this case, waiting on for judges to make decisions. Whatever. I thought it was interesting though that Smash JT put out a complete thread destroying the narrative of her case, destroying her lies, and whatever. We're gonna get right into it. So he has a complete thread, and here it is right here. I'm gonna zoom in so y'all can get a good little gobble out of that, huh? You know what I'm saying? He says Alyssa Mercante now doubling down on the "I was a prostitute" was a lie. For obvious reasons, as that is the foundation of her lawsuit against me, the lawsuit. This woman is a pathological liar, saying words to change a narrative. The proof is right here. Her tactics don't work anymore. So let's start. This is what she said. Now keep in mind, Alyssa Mercante is no longer on Twitter. We'll see how long that lasts. She says other lies that are weird or incongruous with each other and varying degrees of damaging. Number one, I have STDs. Uh, Obviously, no one would be able to know this uh, without accessing her medical records. And so, obviously, if you're saying definitively that she has STDs, there would be consequences for that. However, I want to introduce this though. Notice how there have been content creators that have accused her of having STDs. She's not suing them for defamation. See, she's suing Smash JT for saying things like she has sex for money or has sex to get into the industry. But she's not suing content creators that I won't name for saying things like she had STDs. HSV1 being one of them. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that she is not suing? She's suing Smash JT, but not other content creators for saying that she had an STD. Why do you think that is? I'm gonna tell you why. I know how women like this work. I know how they live their life. She said it herself. She's slutty. We'll get to that later. Which likely, which likely alludes to her having a significant amount of sexual partners throughout her 35 years, 36 years, 37 years of being on this earth. Which means at some point she probably had an STD. I'm just gonna keep it a bean. At some point, allegedly, at some point, she probably had an STD, and to sue somebody for saying that you have an STD or had an STD would mean you'd have to go through discovery. So if somebody said you had an STD and you have to go through a discovery, if at any point through discovery you had anything, gonorrhea, chlamydia, UTI, who knows? Not only do you suffer the embarrassment for being exposed for having an STD, you lose the case. So if she had an STD at any point in her life, she'd be in trouble. So that's why. Number two, I was a prostitute. We're gonna get back to that one in a moment. Number three, my parents don't love me. I don't know how anybody would be able to say that's defaming. Okay, maybe it is a lie, but whatever. My parents give me money to pay my rent. I don't know. I don't play video games. I don't know, y'all. I mean, you can say I play video games and then crank up you fucking what is it, Candy Crush, right? I'm 40. Well, that's people rounding up. She's about 37 if I'm not mistaken. We started roasting. She was like 36 when we started roasting her ass. So she's probably about 37 now. if not, definitely 36. And so there you have it. And so Smash JT dropped these receipts, man. The definition of a prostitute: a person, in particular a woman, who engages in sexual activity for payment. Now, I'm pretty sure with the internet being the way that it is now, everybody wants to manipulate words and try to change them. There, you can find other definitions that want to distort what the word prostitute means. But yes, this is what a prostitute is: a person who engages in sexual activity for payment. Okay? All right? I used to write a sex blog, and I was in a Boston bar looking for content, talking to an Olympic swimmer. A Shakira song was playing, and her music video was on the TVs in the bar. Unprompted, he went, "She's kind of fat." So I decided to sleep with him because I knew it would be bad. It was. I eviscerated him in a post. Everyone got a pseudonym, and he engaged. And he messaged me for weeks after begging me to take it down and asking if I really did hear him farting all night. I did. This is after somebody asked, "What is the dumbest, most unconventional reason you have had sex with a person?" Women especially. So she had sex with somebody in exchange to write a blog about them. Which that wouldn't be the reason I would call her a prostitute. I would just call her a hoe for that. But she also admitted to being a cam girl, which is sexual activity for money. So whatever. Here we go. Next one. Somebody said, "How did you get into the gaming industry?" That she was asked that in April of 2024. She replied, "I suck dick." Now, was this her being facetious? Was this her being sarcastic? Was this her trying to make fun of her haters? Possibly so. But why the hell would we assume that, right? You can't put that out there for interpretation, and then when we interpret it the way that we believe it should be interpreted, all of a sudden you want to sue motherfuckers. Nah, it don't work like that, gang. I'm sorry.
I am smart, hot, slutty.
Slutty. Slutty.
I am smart, hot, slutty.
Slutty. Slutty.
There you go. That's what she said. That came out of her own mouth. Okay? She said that. Not us. She said that. All right? Let's go to the next clip.
Briefly do cam work. What I did, because I did briefly do cam work, just like digitally stripping. What I did, because I did briefly do cam work, just like digitally stripping.
Look at her body language when she said this. She's so uncomfortable saying it. She's trying to tell the truth, but she's so uncomfortable with it that it's coming out like a lie.
I did, because I did briefly do cam work, just like digitally stripping. What I did, because I did briefly do cam work, just like digitally stripping.
Jesus Christ. Alyssa, take notes. Could digitally stripping be considered a form of prostitution? ChatGPT says yes. If prostitution is defined broadly as exchanging sexual services for money, then digital stripping could be seen as a non-contact form of prostitution. Don DeMarco. Smash JT says, and here she is, even more, plenty of times self-admitting that she is in fact a prostitute. Quite proudly, I might add. Maybe she bumped her head and forgot she said all of this in the past. The very thing she's currently suing me for. She says, on God, if I ever get fired, I am going back to bartending and sex work. Fuck this industry. Oh, wow. Happy International Whores Day. I used to be a cam girl. Sex work is work. I'm just going to go back to sex work because at least then when I get fucked a lot, I'll get paid well for it. Now, once again, just want to throw this out there. Hold on, let me shrink this so y'all can get a good little gobble out of this really quick. Oops. There you go. Hold on. I want y'all to be able to see it. The way, if you're going to say this, you can say it. Well, I understand you're probably being facetious. Doesn't mean we have to interpret it that way. After initially exposing her to the gaming community for being an absolute trash journalist, Alyssa Mercante has since stalked my family, DM my wife, saying awful things about me. Yeah, we got all that part. So, there it is. All of the lies exposed. I don't know what's going to happen with this lawsuit, but in my personal opinion, I think it's an absolute crime that this is still moving forward. We'll see. She's trying to rush to discovery. I wish Smash the best, not only just because, I want him to win it, but obviously, if she wins this lawsuit against Smash JT, she's probably going to try to come after all of us. So, I don't know. We'll see. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. As always, may the grip be with you.
Oh, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.